Hello guys and welcome to the King of Hill World Championship. So tonight I'm gonna stream match between Chris and his opponent. Let's move on to it. Chris will be joining after his match. Chris versus Leighton 29. So about 4 minutes for his match to start. Chris will be joining in after his match. So let's wait for his match to start in. Well, Leighton, I have just checked his rating. He's about 1625 in blitz. That's pretty great. 1095 uh, King of Hill, whereas 1419 rapid. He's higher rated than Chris in rapid, but Chris is more rated than him in King of Hill. So that's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be an interesting matchup between both. Um, expecting Chris to win this match. Chris is about 12-13 in King of Hill, so it's gonna be damn interesting. I'm just checking on YouTube whether I'm live or not. Okay, so Leighton is not online yet. wow, it started. Did Leighton came back? Or is Chris playing a normal game? Oh, it started. Chris up against Leighton. Wow. Leighton with white and Chris with black pieces. Chris is attacked and Chris have a good control on the center square, but Leighton is also pushing up his pawn, so both the players are trying to control the center square by pushing up the pawns. But Leighton looks slightly up in this game because of his development of his minor pieces of like bishop and knight. And Chris have offered Leighton exchanges bishop and Leighton refuses it. Smart decision by Leighton. And now open up his h file. Chris protects his e6 pawn. And Chris is looking for a castle, and Leighton is now starting to push his king towards the center square. Leighton defends with c pawn with b3, and Chris trying to block off the white bishop diagonal to reduce attack on e6 pawn. Leighton seems to be big time down, 1 minute 18 seconds, and now Leighton pushes his king to the third rank. Oh wow, look at that. And Chris has blundered badly. And Chris seems to be in deep trouble now. What's Chris gonna do next? Oh wow. And now Chris queen is being and Leighton absolutely in this game, absolutely ruling over Chris. Chris pushes his king forward, but will it be enough for Leighton to finish off his job? And plays a brilliant move by Chris, the most needed move. That's it. Chris has lost the first game. And Leighton has defeated Chris. And now it's knockout for Chris. Has to win 2-on-2 games. Let's see what Leighton does. And Leighton. Oh, okay. Chris taking control up. With his early advancement of his queen, controlling the center. And Leighton bounces back. And Chris targets and Chris have just targeted to advance, develop his minor pieces, which is a great sign. And Leighton don't wanna let his queen get settled. Now Chris offers an exchange to Leighton. Leighton accepts that trade. Oh my gosh. Ah. Seems to be passive from Chris. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Hmm. Oh, haha. Brilliant. Terribly brilliant. Nah, nah, man, nah. Not done, not done. Absolutely not done, mate. Trouble for Chris. And here, I reckon Rook E1 seems to be a quite comfortable move, but I think it's game over for Chris. Makes a good use of his knight, and Chris is absolute time down. Have to capture it. Come on, yeah. Just go on for an exchange. Ah, makes a brilliant move. No, not. That wasn't expected. Chris is in trouble. Oh my goodness me, goodness gracious me. Chris is standing on the verge of getting knocked out. Only a silly blunder from Leighton could save his chances of getting qualified. And check. Leighton just have to capture his pawns and play some moves, waiting moves. Just get out. No, that's not the way you play, Chris. No, no, absolutely not. And Leighton has qualified with this. That's it. And Leighton is through to the round of 32, and the last year semi-finalist Chris underscore E underscore S3 has been eliminated from the King of Hill World Championship in just round of 32, which is a huge upset by Leighton. Less rated than Chris, but did a brilliant job knocking off Chris out of the tournament. I'm just connecting whether Chris is joining or not. It's have been a big upset. And Chris has joined it. Welcome, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, Chris has joined in. Um, it was a bit disappointing for you, I reckon. Um, yeah, last you were semi-finalist of last is King of Hill World Championship, and you have got knocked out in this round of 32 this year. So how does you look at that?
Yeah, was I really a semifinalist last year? I don't even remember that.
Y-
No, I don't think I was.
Uh,
No, I know I made it to the semifinals in our daily King of the Hill tournament.
okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I
yeah, I
reckon
think
I
I,
saw it yesterday night when I was searching for round of 32's uh, pairings. That time I just got it the last year. I accidentally opened the last year's uh,
yeah,
pairings. So I saw that you were at the semi final, about four players were left, and you were the one.
really? Okay,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, okay. Hmm, that's interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look back at it. I honestly thought I got knocked out earlier. Yeah, okay. These games were okay. Well, the first one I just lost, but the second one, I'm pretty sure I'm actually winning, or maybe not winning, but not losing anyway. But I ran out of time somehow. I didn't pay attention to the time much. Whereas in the first game, I thought he was actually slower than me. At some point, anyway, I remember seeing his clock, and his clock was lower than mine, and so I guess I just kind of assumed in the second game that he would be as slow, but he played much faster than me. I don't know where I lost my time, but yeah, I felt like I was okay. I don't know. I have to look at it again. What's your take on the second game? Was I surviving there? I thought I was.
Yeah, you were surviving definitely. But I think you the point where which you mentioned you were low on time that cost you. Probably
Yeah,
you could have played a bit faster than,
yeah,
and I reckon with some moves you missed it. You played that, but the chronological order of that moves weren't right. That's the reason which cost you the game. Yeah,
yeah.
I just had a look and I got this. Last year you lost to Rafael in the semi final.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. It makes sense. I think what happened was that I lost, and then Raphael like basically gave me another chance to play because somebody didn't show up. Raphael said, "Hey, do you want to fill in for a player?" And then I actually fill, filled in and beat somebody, and then I was continuing in the tournament. I remember I lost early to the real cheese, and then and then Raphael somehow gives me another chance to fill in and play against somebody, and I beat them. I think it was Shizarato, who's not in the tournament this year, but he's still in the club. And then yeah, and then I guess suddenly I was in the semis because yeah, last year's tournament it was only had 16 people, so I think I lost in the round of 16, but then kind of oh, did I lose you? No. Okay, no, oh, you're still here. Yeah, yeah, and then suddenly I won I got brought back in for the quarterfinal just to play someone, just to not give them a free pass through the quarterfinal, and I beat them. I think that was Shizarato, and then I was in the semis, and okay, yeah, Raphael. Yeah, I do remember it now. Yeah, we had some good games, but in the end, Raphael won, and yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But
I just
yeah,
get.
I have no chance of going. no chance of going far anyway. I mean, just yeah, I would need so much luck to even to get to this year to get to even to the semifinal. I would need a ton of luck.
Yeah, I just saw that Alpa Sa underscope with underscope scarf was the defending champion before Rafael won. I reckon 2022 champion was Alpaca underscope with underscope scarf.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if that person's still in the club, but they're a really strong player. Like I think they were like 1800, 1900 in King of the Hill. Yeah, that like just probably would be the favorite even now if they were in it. But yeah, I don't know what's happened to that player. Yeah, I have not seen that name in a while, but yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, that was the winner the first year.
Yeah. So let's move back to your game. How do you
Okay.
how you gonna prepare now for your future tournaments, especially of King of Hill format?
I don't I don't really prepare. I know you said you prepared and looked at the opening. I didn't even do that. I just looked at this morning. I just looked at who Leton played, and I saw that he basically loses to people that I think I could beat, and he beat some lower rated players. So I just thought, oh, okay, I have a good chance today, but it didn't work out. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm pretty even with them. Two games doesn't really prove that much. Like uh, I don't know who would win if we played 20, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's I don't. Yeah, he's obviously a good player. He's something like 1600 in blitz,
Hmm.
and plays a lot of bullet. I saw that this morning he had played like a good 20 bullet games. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm comparable to him. I've actually never played him before,
Yeah.
but
But but
he didn't do anything. He didn't do any. Actually, there was that one move where he noticed in the first game where he noticed that my rook was pinned and he just grabbed the pawn. That was kind of clever, but I don't know if you remember that move, but other than that, he there wasn't. It was just a pretty ordinary game. So yeah, and I don't know that really cost me that I lost that pawn with a tactic there, but I, yeah, because I mean it's like in King of the Hill, the pawns that really matter are more in the middle. If you lose like a G pawn or a B pawn, that's not usually gonna kill you. Um, so, but yeah, I don't know. It's just he just kind of I'm not. I don't pay enough attention to the clock. That's the thing. That second game, I was just concentrating.
yeah.
I was up a minor piece at least at some point. I don't know at the end. I think maybe it's even, but I thought I was winning, and I was just sort of trying to figure out how to win. Yeah, and then I finally looked up at my clock, and it was like 30 seconds left. And then yeah, with no increment, you don't have enough. You don't have enough time. You know,
Yeah. And
yeah, he would have had a hard time to win there. I think I had the defenders of the key squares right. I had the pawns where I needed them to be to keep his king out, and I don't know who would have won, but it wouldn't have been easy for him to win. But then yeah, just became a matter of time.
yeah, and I reckon personally, I reckon that the your pawn blunder which you attacked his bishop, which was eventually a free pawn, that was
Yeah.
the moment where the game was started slipping from your hand, and also the late development
Oh,
of your king. cause Leighton started developing his king early in the game, whereas compared to you, your king front squares were blocked by your minor pieces and queen, which eventually stopped you to uh, promote your
Yeah.
king to the center squares. And in the first game, I reckon the queen trade where just it was the matter of time for Leighton to win after that queen trade.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll analyze it on Lee Chess and try to learn from it. That's maybe the answer to your earlier question. It's always good to review your games, especially your losses. But yeah, you know, almost every game's different. There's some things repeat, but yeah, I can't say that this game went exactly as some other one. So I wasn't relying on memory at all. I was basically calculating the whole time what what my next move should be.
Yeah. So
I
uh, next next tournament you're gonna play in Advanced Classical League, captaining King of Hill team. So how's
Yeah.
your preparation going, and what's your plan for that tournament?
Yeah, again, we're in it for fun. Some people take it more seriously than others. I take it probably the least seriously. Mistake Eraser is extremely competitive, so he never wants to lose. I do have a good board one player. I don't even know that he's in the King of the Hill. I don't think he has joined the club yet. I'll offer it to him. But yeah, his name's the, the real B Sisanto. So he is probably his first initial. Sisanto is his last name, and he's about 2,000 in Rapid. And I've watched him play. He's quite good. So yeah, and that takes the pressure off Mistake Eraser, which Mistake Eraser likes because he didn't want to beat board one, so he's board two. And then we've got some of the other guys returning. We got Alfred and chess team, and I'll be on board five. The only prep that I'm doing is like I don't really play rapid on a daily basis, but I will play in any multi-club arenas that are rapid, and that's good practice because those arenas have some really strong players. Like usually you're ending up playing like 1900s that are you know
Yeah, and
dominant players.
I personally think you playing at B5, your team uh, formation is bit different to compared to the other team, where other team prefer low rated uh, B5 players
Yeah,
and high rated players at the
yeah,
top. So your team is always bit different than the others, and which I think your responsibility as captain increases playing at the B5. So
yeah. It's true.
does that uh, feels? Explain, please.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I mean, you're right. And Mistake Eraser is going to remind me that I need to win on board five because that's kind of how we've designed it. That we don't have like a 2200 playing on board one, and or a 2000 playing on board two. So I really have to come through on board five, which yeah, like in the previous league, ARCL, I didn't come through on board four, which was the lowest board. But yeah, there is more pressure on me. Hopefully, I can take care of business against like the 600s or whatever
Yeah.
the other teams are bringing on board five. I mean, I should be able to beat a 600 if they're truly 600.
Yep.
I should be able to beat them, even down a piece. But yeah,
Yeah. And
we'll see. We'll see.
yeah, and Advanced Classical League is bit pretty different compared to the uh, ARCL, because ARCL was a long league. About you get about seven group stages matches, group stages matches, 6 to 7 weeks to prepare, and you also get a free week in between to uh, plan your game plans, strategies, etc. But here in Advanced Classical League, it's gonna be knockout. So one mistake just eliminates you off from the tournament. So it's also gonna be
Oh,
a
okay.
bit challenging. Uh, so
Okay, so there's no round robin. There's no round robin stage.
now there's the first round, which is of where it will be like teams who wins in the first round will go in the winner stage, whereas the teams which loses in the first round goes in the losers bracket. So in the teams will be playing knockout in of the losers
Yeah.
bracket. So the only one team from the loser bracket will qualify for the finals, and two teams from the winner brackets will be qualifying for the finals. So these three teams gonna play round of robin, and then the winner
Ah,
uh, of the tournament will be declared. So this is a bit different.
okay.
Yeah, especially organized and planned and arranged
Okay.
by uh, Kygo Garrix, yeah, the former the Night Riders
Sure.
team's captain. Yeah, so it's a bit
Yeah.
different and also a bit exciting, and also
Yeah.
five players per team. So
Yeah.
and the rules are also a bit different. Like if your rating is about 100 points, in 100 points with the other player, so you could just switch the boards lineup of the team, like B2 to B3 or B3 to B2. So that's gonna be interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm practicing. I'm actually not practicing rapid, but I do my puzzles. I'm actually doing doing as well as I have in puzzles, so I think that helps. And yeah, you're right though. With that format, it sounds like basically you lose if you lose two matches, you're gone, right? The first one sends you to the losers bracket. The second one knocks you completely out. So there will be a lot of pressure on me on board five. But you know whatever. For me it's just for fun. We like I don't know. It's kind of like a team building experience. If we win, we celebrate. If we lose, I don't know. I try not to take it too hard. Yeah, I don't know. The young guys on the team, like Chess Team and Mistake Eraser, obviously, I think they take it harder when they lose. But yeah, but I think it should be for fun. There is at the end of the day, it's not like a life or death kind of thing.
yeah, and most of the players are same as of ARCL, and
Right. Yeah.
teams are
I
also
noticed
same.
that.
Yeah, so we as a team, we were absolutely disheartened and heartbroken after the quarterfinal loss. That we weren't expecting that. I actually proposed of changing the um, team's lineup, bringing in Douglas, 2400 rated at the top table, uh, as I wasn't free at the quarterfinal. So, and we went on losing it, and we weren't expecting to lose that. The the 1900 player, the B2 1900 player was just brilliant at that day. He went on defeating my B1, who was playing as B2. um, and and the most surprising thing was that the player, my B2, that my B1 Villa Jamel, he didn't lost even a single game in the whole tournament, and he lost that game. So we weren't at our best, and even my B3 player Frederick, who was B2, the chess grandmaster 100. Um, he had 5 wins and one draw, and at that quarter final, I reckon we were in damn pressure. He played the first game in that match, and he was down a piece down in the opening. He blundered his bishop, and he was a piece down in the opening. And he is an arena FIDE master, and he was piece down against an 1400 or 1500 rated player from Philippines, and we actually was in damn pressure. But luckily he just went his opponent blundered, and we and he won his game. But uh, our B2 lost, and B1 Douglas, who was winning, um, he lost on time, and it was a biggest upset for us to.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it was such a heartbreak for me that it took about couple of months for me to move on from that loss. um cause yeah
uh, yeah.
yeah cause
You should don't.
uh
You shouldn't dwell on it. Like,
yeah, I remember Paul used to just message me. Paul messaged me cause I didn't reply him for about 2 to 4 days. I was such upset. I reckon that was the next morning he messaged me, "Are you okay?" Cause he felt that I'm upset with that loss, and I was absolute trash. Cause when you are such deeply involved in that tournament, and you keep winning all the matches, all the games, and then you expect your team to do well, and suddenly when your team just loses them in the knockout, and from the team who is fourth in the other group, so that's bit disappointing for us. So we are
yeah.
planning to have a comeback. We have organized couple of teams who will be participating from us, and I'll be leading one, and other the will be led by the chess grandmaster 100. So we are actually finding B5 players. We were ready with B5 players, but suddenly the tournament director announced that your B5 players shouldn't be less than 500. So we had to
Yeah.
change the top order players and have to manage the
Yeah.
all stuffs. And so we are actually looking for the B5 players, and Paul is
Okay.
helping us find it. Yeah,
Okay.
he's such
Well.
a such a great help for me.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. That rule might have actually made things worse for me because yeah, I think I'd rather play a 400 than a 600.
Yeah, but I have seen that most of the players B5 are about between rating of 900 to 1200. So that's
Yeah.
that's gonna be kind of a good fight for you, and also be.
Yeah. I mean, I should be able to be fine against a 900. A 1200, yeah, the odds get a little more even. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I should be able to beat most 900s. Uh, Usually they'll miss a tactic in the even in the opening or the middle game, and then you just cruise to victory. But yeah, okay. Anyway,
yeah,
gonna get back to other things if that's okay. And
yeah, yeah,
thanks for having me on. And yeah,
yeah. So see you the next weekend. If
and
anyone is
yeah,
having the game, we'll just stream it.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, and good luck in yours because you're still alive.
yeah. Thanks. I'm not expecting much after that ARCL. I have learned my lessons that never to expect
Yeah,
much, cause
yeah,
when you get heartbroken, you get eliminated. It just pains. So it's better not to expect much from
yeah. That's
ourselves.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, Nimish.
yeah,
Thanks a lot.
yeah. Thanks, mate. Yeah,
Okay, bye.
yeah. Bye, bye, mate. Bye. So guys, that was Chris. Um, so thanks guys for joining the stream. It was a great match. It was a great chat with Chris, and um, we'll stream if any other games are left. I reckon of dominated 100, about 3 games are left, three matches of some players are left, so we'll be streaming. And also round of 16, that's gonna be tough because this we are heading to round of 16 from round of 32 in this world championship. And you could see couple of upsets have been done. Paul King of Cooper Creek has been eliminated late in 29, defeats Chris, and many upsets have come. So it's gonna be interesting about how this tournament goes further and further, and definitely challenge in for Raffle in the future, that whether the throne of King of Hill World Championship will be on Raffle's head, or will there be someone to dethrone him. Let's look for so let's see what happens next. So bye guys, thanks for joining the stream. It was great having you lights on guys on. So yeah, thanks for joining. Yeah.